Hello students, this is the sixth video on chapter 1 of module 1. So in this video I am going to explain you about the input devices and output devices which are connected to our computer's processor in order to work efficiently. So first we will discuss about the input devices and then move on to the output devices. So these are the different input devices which we all know. We are aware of it. For example, the main and the majorly used input device is keyboard. So keyboard, QWERTY keyboard we are using as of now, and we all know how it operates also. We are just giving the there will be keys for the numbers as well as the letters, alphabets. So we are going to type it. Once it is typed, it has to be recognized by the computer's processor. So once we are typing that particular key, its ASCII code will be generated, and once it is generated, it has to be transferred to the computer processor. So it has to be stored in the memory unit, and also it has to be given to the processor. So here once it has been generated, it has to be identified by the processor. So here what it understands is, it understands only machine language. Our computer system, it understands only the machine language. So whatever data we are inputting to the system or computer system, so it has to be converted into the machine level language. Machine level language, it only consists of zeros and ones. So if I'm typing a key A, then it has to be converted into some ASCII language, ASCII code, and then it has to be converted into the binary language, so that the computer will understand what exactly key is pressed, and it will be given as the input to the device. Similarly, here you have different types. Mouse also, we know, like a mouse, it is used for clicking. That is, it consists of two buttons and a scroll button. So left click and right click, so they are meant to select that particular app, or select a particular word. And also if you right click on it, then some certain set of properties will be displayed. We can do that operations there. So similarly, here you have light pen, joystick, trackballs, scanners, and microphones, and barcode readers. So different types of input devices. So we will see one by one. So first is a keyboard. So already I have explained you, it is also used for inputting the data into the computer system. Mouse is most popular pointing device. It is a very famous cursor control device having a small palm size box with a round ball at its base. So it is called as a scroll also, scroll button also. And here this, when senses the movement, that is based on the senses only, it is going to work. Whenever it senses the corresponding signals, the CPU, when the mouse buttons are pressed, then the signals will be sent to the CPU. So joystick is also a pointing device which is used to move the cursor position on a monitor screen. So joystick, it is used to move to the particular, like same like the mouse only, it will be used. So it is a stick having a spherical ball at its both lower and upper ends, and we are going to scroll it or roll it in order to move it into the particular direction. So this is how joystick is going to work. Light pen, it is used during the presentation and all. If you want to mark something on your screen, and if you want to draw something, then you can make use of the light pen. Trackball is an input device that is most used in the notebooks and the laptop computers. So like the mouse, we are going to use the trackball also. Scanner, in order to read the data, in order to scan, and in order to make a soft copy of the like for example, if you have some printed copy, if you want the soft copy of it, then you are going to scan, and you are going to store the data into the computer system for further manipulation. So next type of input device is digitizer. It is an input device which converts the analog information into the digital information. For example, whatever signals are being passed into the televisions and the camera, if you want to capture that particular photo or picture, then you are going to use this digitizer, and it will be converting, it is going to create a picture of whatever the camera has been pointed at. So microphone is an input device where the sound waves will be converted into the digital format. A magnetic ink card reader, for example, in banks and all, there will be checks provided by number of customers who are visiting. Below the checks, there will be some things written, and that has to be identified, and it has to be noted to the computer system which is present in the bank. So this will be taken care by the magnetic ink card reader. So whatever is read, for example, the check number, the bank, bank number or bank ID, everything will be displayed and it will be read and stored in the memory of the computer system by this magnetic ink card reader. Optical character reader, so it is an input device which is used to read the printed text. So whatever printed text is available, so that will be read and it has to be converted into the machine readable code, and also that text will be stored in the memory unit of a computer system. Next type of input devices, barcode readers. Barcode reader is a device used for reading the barcode. For example, when we are going for shopping and all, we will be selecting the items from the supermarket, and at the billing counter, what happens is we are going to the billing person, what he does, he takes that particular item, he scans for the barcode which is present in on each and every item, so that the billing will be made easier. So once the barcode reader identifies that barcode, its particulars, like what is the cost of that item, what is the name of that item, what is the quantity of that item, everything will be displayed. The data regarding that particular item will be displayed and the cost also will be displayed, and this helps in easier, it makes easier to bill the items whatever we have purchased from the supermarkets or any other markets. So that is about the barcode readers. Optical mark reader is it is also like a scanner which is used to scan the ink marks or the pencil marks which are present in some of the sheets. So this can be used in the correction purpose, like multiple choice questions and all. First we are going to scan it, and whichever answer has been marked by the student, that can be identified with the help of this optical mark reader. So this is about the input devices. There are 9 different input devices which we have seen till now. So once again I will like to revise it: keyboard, mouse, joystick, light pen, trackball, scanner, digitizer, microphone, magnetic ink card reader, optical card reader, barcode readers, and optical mark reader. So these are the different types of input devices. So next, moving on to the output devices. So we all know that whatever data has been input to the computer system, it has to be processed and it has to be displayed to the user after processing. So that will be taken care by the output devices. So the main output devices which we come across are monitors, plotters, and printers. So we will see one by one how exactly these are differentiated. So first, coming to the monitors, they are the visual display units and are the main output device of a computer. So here how the images will be it will be formed means with the help of the pixels. So based on the resolutions of the pixels, we are going to identify how clear the image has been formed on the screen. So there are 2 kinds of viewing screens used for monitors. One is cathode ray tube, the other one is a flat panel display. So cathode ray tube means it will be consisting. So here in the diagram you can see this is the cathode ray tube. Backside of the screen there will be one box like structure which consists of the cathode ray tubes, from which the light emissions will be made and the pixels will be formed. So that pixels, when it is formed, then it helps to make the image of that particular character or some diagram which has to be displayed on the screen. So here the clarity, it depends upon the number of pixels included or involved in order to represent that particular character or a diagram. A finite number of characters can be displayed on the screen at once. The screen can be divided into a series of character boxes, fixed locations on the screen where a standard character can be placed. Most screens are capable of displaying 80 characters of data horizontally and 25 lines vertically. So this is how this is about the cathode ray tubes. Cathode ray tubes, they have some disadvantages, like larger in scale, they are very large in size. That is, the storage capacity required will be more, the space required to store them or place them will be more, and high power consumption. So coming to the electricity consumption, the high power consumption makes it not so useful, but the further development cause implementation of this flat panel display monitors. So they are the flat panel display monitors refers to the class of video devices that have reduced volume, weight, and also power requirement when it is compared with the CRT. Can hang them on the walls or wear them on your wrist. For example, like the calculators, video games, watch, digital watch, monitors, laptops, graphic devices. All these are the examples of the flat panel display monitors. So there are two types. One is emissive displays and the other one is non-emissive